Hey there, real quick before we begin, you're about to watch a live stream, which means you're really kind of behind the scenes here because these lessons are usually watched in the archives, but you're here for the live taping of them. So if we mess up really bad, we're probably going to chop that out, but you're going to get to see all of our bloopers and mistakes. We'll also chop this off, so no one is going to see this part of the lesson but you. And because you're behind the scenes, you're probably going to ignore my instructions when I say, like, pause the video and go practice or whatever. You can if you want. It's just that everyone in the chat room then will be in different places in the video. That's fine. When you want to join us live again, go down to the bottom of the video, click on the live button, and that should take you straight to where we actually are now. So now here comes the part for everybody else. I'm really glad you're with us. The archives are fine, but my favorite is talking to you live. So see you in the chat room. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock here, the lesson is about to begin. If this is your first time playing piano, welcome. I'm very excited for you. You're going to do great. Hopefully you already received from us the welcome packet in the mail, and maybe you even got started on the Absolute Beginners video pack to teach you the names of the notes and things like that. But if not, that's fine. You'll do great. I'll show you how to play all the notes. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. You can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. And even if you only learn a little bit of this song and you don't learn the whole thing, you'll still learn enough to help you build skills so you can learn other songs faster in the future. So jump in, give it a try. You're bound to end up at least a little bit better than you even are right now. Throughout the lesson, I may refer to Clopple Academy, and you can check out that link on the website if you want. Basically, it's a program that takes you all the way from learning the names of the notes, the very beginning, through 12 levels of classical and jazz music, through all the skills that you would need to become a professional pianist. So you would learn all the same stuff that you would learn if you're taking regular traditional piano lessons, probably plus a little bit more, but it takes about 5 to 10 years to complete. So you can just try out the first level, see if it's the kind of thing that you like, or if you just care about today's lesson and learning this song, then just ignore all those references and focus on today's lesson. If you're watching this at learnpianolive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The MP3 is a play-along track that you can use to practice more after the lesson, but a lot of students like to print out the PDF right now so they have it during the lesson. Careful, it could be up to like 30 pages, so just find the couple pages that you want and print those out. If you decide not to, that's fine. I'll show you all of the notes on screen as we go through it. And we will be going through 5 different levels of this song that all use the same play-along track. So even if you've never played piano before, you'll still be able to do level 1. And then as we go through level 2, 3, 4, and 5, then when we use that same play-along track, you just keep playing your same version. If you're watching this lesson in the archives and you have a question during the lesson, then feel free to click on that survey button. And at the end of the survey, there's a place for you to ask your question, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answer to that question. But if you're with us live as we're recording this today, then feel free to click on that chat button, and you can talk with all the other students who are logged in during the live lesson. And if you have a question about the lesson, then you can just go ahead and type that into the box that says, Ask Jamin a Question, and we will do our best to answer that question live in the lesson. All right, I think that's the end of the boring stuff. I'm ready to learn a song. Stay tuned at the end of the lesson and I'll show you how to win more points and earn more prizes next week. But for right now, let's get this party started. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and this is the incomparable Kendra.
Guess what? It was super cool. A couple days ago, I got to do a location scouting thing for a future music video.
That's a lot of big words. What?
Yeah, so I got to basically look at a really cool place
Uh-huh.
for an upcoming music video thing that I'm doing.
Cool. Is it like an outdoorsy thing, or is it?
Yes.
Oh.
It's very cool.
Okay.
And I'm very excited.
Yeah, I bet. You're doing a lot of those these days. My goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
It's cool to be you. All right.
It's been very fun, and I'm very excited.
Yeah. Well, today's song is a song that a lot of people have been requesting for a long time, but then it finally showed up in the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. So I figured we have to do this song because it's just too many people in too many places want to be able to play the song. And the section that they use in the movie is just the chorus part. So we're going to do this. Hey, Papa, I know. We'll get moving on this stuff here pretty quickly. So eventually, at full speed, you won't have to play this by the end of the lesson today. But eventually, at full speed, you'll be able to do something like this. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't stop me. Don't stop me. Good time. Don't stop me. Yeah. Okay. So, it's really, really super fast. As you can see, it's pretty short though, so there's a lot of really good things about this. Not only is it really short, but it repeats the first line and the second line, and there's only 3 lines. The first line and the second line are the exact same notes. So we're gonna start here on an F, and we're gonna say the word don't when we play the F. So in order to find an F, you're just gonna take any group of 3 black notes, like those ones right there. You're gonna take the note that is on the left, and drag it even more to the left until you land on a white note, like that right there. And that is the note that you're gonna play for don't. So we're gonna play that one and say don't. Then if we go down 1 note from there, that would be an E. So you're gonna play that one and then that one. And actually you're gonna play the next one over, just those 3 notes all in a row, and say the words, don't stop me. Don't stop me. Yeah, okay, cool. So now it doesn't matter which F that you start on. You can start on a high F or a low F or one kind of in the middle like I did, but this next one is gonna matter because we're gonna have to play the F again for now. But you can probably see from this F to this F is a long way down, right? So we're gonna have to go from this F down a long way to get to another F. Now, if you wanted to, you could count backwards through the alphabet from F and then try to get through the musical alphabet all the way down to the next F. I wouldn't do that if I were you. If I were you, I would play F, and then the note right next to F, and then the note right next to F, and say, don't stop me. And as soon as you're bored with that, and you feel like you can do that with the track, then find another F that's down here in this range, kind of low-ish, but these 3 right here, we'd find another F that are really close to that one. So that one right there, if we drag it down right there, that would also be an F. So we'd have an F, and then an E, and then a D, and then a really low F. And it sounds kind of weird without the track. Don't stop me now. But that's what they sing. Don't stop me now. So we're gonna play those ones, and that's gonna show up 2 times. Don't stop me now, having a good time. Don't stop me now, having a good time. Now, if I were you also, if this is your first song you've ever done, or your second song you've ever done, or your third song, or your 10th song, unless you've done a lot of these songs, I wouldn't even mess with that whole section right there. I wouldn't play the end of that first line. I would just play, don't stop me now, and then wait, and then play it again. Don't stop me now. But if you wanted to play the first having a good time, the have is the same note as now, so you're already sitting on that note. We just have to play it again, actually 3 more times, and say having a. So that's 3 Fs in a row. Having a. We're gonna go 1 note to the right. That would be good. And then 1 note to the right would be time, the letter A, because G and A in the musical alphabet are right next to each other. So having a good time. Having a good time. So if we want to play all those together, I'm going to cheat, and I'm just going to leave my left hand right here on this F because I know I'm going to need it really soon. So I'm going to use my right hand up here, don't stop me, and then I'm going to go down here for this F for now. Don't stop me now, using 2 hands there. Having a good time. And then do it again, don't stop me now. And then play having a good time again, same exact thing, having a good time. Okay, that's the first 2 lines. That is 67% of the song done once we can do all of that, but it's pretty fast. Along with the track, it would sound something like this. And a 2, and a 1, 2. Ready, go. Don't stop me now, having a good time. Don't stop me now, having a good time. Okay, then after that, we're gonna play the note right next to A, which is B. And we're gonna play 3 of those, and we're gonna say don't want to. So 3 B's all in a row, don't want to. We're gonna go up 1 note to a C, and then up 1 note to a D, and come back to the C. Don't want to stop at all. Don't want to stop at all. That's the 3rd line, that's the whole entire song, and it's really extremely fast, so it might take you a few days, a few weeks, probably not a few months, but it'll probably take you a while to practice this up and be able to play it along with the track. But eventually, you'd be able to do it along with the track, and it would sound something, well, play along right now and get all the notes that you can. But if you miss a bunch, don't worry about the ones that you miss. Just play all the notes that you can. It'll sound something like this. And a 2, and a 1, 2, here we go. Don't stop me now, having a good time. Don't stop me now, having a good time. Don't want to stop at all. That's the whole entire thing. That is all of the notes for level 1. Fortunately, like I said, it repeats at the beginning. Those first 2 lines are the exact same thing. I know. Yeah, that was our last time through. But make sure you practice this a whole lot because it's so fast, even though the notes are kind of simple. It's got that really big jump and it's really fast. So we'll need to practice that. But for right now, Kendra, tell us about our weekly activity.
This week is the songwriting dice, and this one is kind of tricky, probably mostly for the older students who have done the workshop at learnpianolive.com/songwriting. But all you have to do for the 150 bonus points is cut out the dice and put them together, and tag Learn Piano Live when you post the picture on Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah, that'll help out a whole lot if you're in Clopple Academy level 4 or 5, where you're starting to write your own songs. That way you don't have to make all those decisions, and those dice will do it for you. So anyway, that is that. And next up, we have some birthdays that we need to celebrate because this is the Music Lessons in a Box featured song of the month. So happy birthday to all of our March birthdays. right, happy birthday to all of you. Now it's time for a little bit of mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
And this week is from Kira S, who says, Dear Jamin, what did you do before you started teaching piano? Nothing. Teaching piano was actually my first job. And then I had a bunch of other jobs too. I worked in a courtroom and I worked at Starbucks. Starbucks was actually pretty awesome. But nothing was nearly as fun as playing piano. So I just came back to playing piano. So I've been doing that ever since. And it is awesome. Thanks to all of you. You're awesome. Let's do a little bit of secret information.
Secret information.
And this week, in our top secret information folder, it says, actually, if you're a Music Lessons in a Box subscriber, you already have the secret information. But for everybody else, you can now know. This says a slash chord. In a slash chord, the left hand's supposed to play something different than the right hand, because the right hand is going to play the left-hand side of the chord, and the left hand's going to play the right-hand side of the chord. What in the world? If we go over here, we probably won't cover this once we get to this chord over here, because it's just too complicated for these short lessons. But you can see here, we've got an E flat on the left, and we've got an F on the right. This is called a slash chord because it's telling you your two hands are going to do something different. Usually, if you have a regular chord like this, your right hand would play a G, and your left hand would play a G. And so you play a G chord with a G. So they don't even say what you're supposed to do because both hands are supposed to play the same thing. But in this case, in a slash chord where you have a slash in the middle, then your hand's supposed to play something different. But it's all messed up because of computers. If we were writing this by hand, we would write it like this. We want an E flat on top, E flat, and then we want an F on the bottom, F. It's an E flat over F. But computers have messed us up. Musicians have a hard time with this one all the time because this right here, if you put it into a computer, it comes out like this. So this is actually the top part, and this is actually the bottom part, which means you're supposed to play this with your left hand and play that with your right hand. So the part that's on the left is supposed to be your right hand, and the part on the right is supposed to be your left hand. It's all crazy, but when you get to the level 4, you now know what most people don't know, and that is those are actually flipped in slash chords. The next thing in our top secret folder. Oh, this song is an example of something we study when we talk about the blues, but unless you've made it to Gospel Academy level, I think 5 or 6, you haven't really studied the blues that much, and so you wouldn't know. There's this thing called call and response, and I told you earlier that you don't really have to do this part over here if you don't want to, because that is what's called the response. This is the call, that's the part that like one group of people sings, and then the response is the part the other group of people sing, or the other person sings. So we've got a bunch of people singing Don't Stop Me Now, and then one, that's the call, and then the response is one person singing this line of having a good time, and then the crowd sings again Don't Stop Me Now, and then this one person sings having a good time. So, and then kind of everyone sings together Don't Want to Stop at All. So anyway, that's a call and response. Call and response. Usually it shows up in the blues, but it shows up in this song too. That's all the stuff we have in our top secret information folder, which means the last secret is who won this week's raffle. Maybe it was you. So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out. And if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us.